Usually on the weekends, I love to stay up and play on my Mac. A little bit of FPS before I drifted off to bed. Every weekend repeats, and it doesn't phase out my interests. Around 1 a.m. is when I get tired and lose the willpower to continue my conquest for the best player on the server. I'll get a glass of water, brush my teeth, and fall asleep almost instantly. Recently, certain events had delayed the late night schedule, and a grid-shaped array of any phenomenal lights, glistening, almost dancing the neighbor's window. This wasn't the first time I've noticed this. My room is directly above the living room, and the porch has like a light that goes out to my window, identical to the one in the living room. Sometimes I'll just go on the porch of the roof at night and stargaze for what felt like days. I snagged the view of lights from my peripherals and thought of it nothing much as such. At first I debunked this as headlights from the main road 100 feet away. I didn't put much investigation into it until that Saturday night. I threw on a pair of shoes and briskly walked up to the streets to see if the array of lights could be monitored from my alternate location. The timing from the stars was a bit off-long short, but immediately opening up new possibilities. My neighbor could have just had the old Christmas lights set up on a timer, or they could be phantom lights in the stranger's backyard. I didn't think anything of paranormal, something to take seriously, or never thought of it as a threat. Maybe my imagination just got the better of me. Later that month, coyotes were reported in the nearby woods, less than 50 feet away from that woman's house. I stopped by to warn her about the presence, and thought while I'm at it, I should ask her about the lights. We chatted for a bit, and managed to weave my way into the reading area. Right by the window, I peeped out to see any lights. Nothing. I left through the backyard to see if there is any floodlights out back. Nothing. A few weeks later, the coyotes apparently migrated elsewhere, and the sights of those lights have become increasingly common. I did begin to get more edgy, since the lights were right out my window. There were 3 days later, the Fisher cat made its way to the neighborhood and had badly mauled several cats. After that Fisher cat left, things seemed to get out of whack. The next night around 12:55 a.m., my good friend from up the street heard a cat fight happen, and his cat's missing. I set out on foot to find it, and didn't find anything. I comforted him, and eventually went back to bed. Within the lifespan of several days, more animals had gone missing. I went to check on with the owner of the house with the demonic lights, and she said that she's been hearing high-frequency outputs at night, almost deafening her left ear. I went to her backyard to see if I could see anything or lead anything towards anything whatsoever. I went down in her bulkhead and saw the awful smell dissolved in the hairs of my nose as I took an accidental breath. More interested and paranoid than ever, made my way downstairs. As soon as I opened the door to her basement, I heard scurrying of feet and the rambling sounds of someone trying to cover something up. Like a kid with his vegetables, I slowly opened the door and froze in uttermost horror, and the human eye could witness. Several half-dissected feline corpses, with their legs and torsos ripped in half, connected by what seemed to be intestines. Dogs cut open by the rib cage, the list goes on. Blood seems to be the only choice of the paint. The smell of the rotting carcasses and fecal matter was unbearable. I fled faster than the speed of light and called the police. The older woman was detained, and claiming it wasn't her. I vouched for her. She eventually was placed in a nursing facility, and the lights were never seen again. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, Feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.